I thought the Appalachians were just trees and trails, until something in the forest started copying my every step. I ran, but it didn't just follow. I think it wanted me dead. If you think what I'm about to tell you is impossible, you're not ready for what I saw. I barely made it back to my truck that night, shaking and covered in scratches. It took me hours to calm down, to even begin processing what had happened. That's when I realized this wasn't just a random nightmare. This was real, and I had been living in the middle of it all along. I worked as a park ranger in the Appalachian Mountains for 7 years, patrolling trails, helping hikers, and thinking I knew these woods. Most people think the job is simple: trails, tourists, the occasional lost hiker. But after that night, I knew the forest held things no one was supposed to see. In late October, just before the first snow, I was assigned a routine patrol near a restricted section of forest. No trails, no campsites, just old-growth woods the public never sees. The radio had been acting strange all day. Static, voices cutting in and out. I chalked it up to the terrain. Around dusk, I found something that stopped me cold. A deer, or what used to be one, was hanging from a tree branch about 8 feet off the ground. No rope, no wire. Its body was twisted wrong, spine bent backward like it had been folded. There were no tracks beneath it. No blood, just the smell, metallic, rotten, and sharp enough to sting my eyes. Then I heard movement. At first it sounded like a person trying to walk quietly. Slow, careful, heavy breathing. I called out, thinking it was a lost hiker. The sound stopped instantly. That's when something stepped into view between the trees. It was tall, too tall. At least 9 feet, maybe more, but impossibly thin. Its limbs bent at angles that didn't make sense, joints popping softly as it moved. The skin looked pale and stretched tight, like it didn't belong on the thing wearing it. Its head tilted sideways as if it were curious, like a bird studying prey. Then it smiled. Its mouth split wider than a human's should, full of small, uneven teeth. I realized the breathing I'd heard wasn't coming from its chest. It was coming from its throat, like air being dragged through something broken. I ran. Branches tore at my face as I sprinted downhill. Behind me, I heard it mimic my footsteps perfectly. Same rhythm, same weight, until suddenly they were right on top of me. I felt something graze my shoulder, ice cold and wet, and I hit the ground hard. I don't remember getting back to my truck. I woke up in a hospital bed 2 days later. My supervisor was there. 2 men in suits stood behind him. They told me I'd suffered a panic episode after encountering a bear. They said the cuts on my body were from falling. They said the recording from my body cam was corrupted. When I insisted that wasn't what happened, one of the men leaned closer and lowered his voice. "Some areas of this park don't belong to us," he said, "and they don't like attention." The official report listed my incident as stress-related hallucination. I was placed on indefinite leave. When I returned to my cabin, my field notes were gone. My hard drive was wiped clean. Even my personal photos from that section of forest had vanished. Then the unmarked trucks started appearing near my home. I quit the job a week later, packed what I could fit into my truck, and left the state before sunrise. I don't tell people where I'm from anymore. I don't hike. I don't camp. Sometimes, late at night, I hear slow footsteps outside wherever I'm staying. Careful, curious, matching my breathing. And I know it followed me out of the mountains.